Okay, so boys and girls, today I find myself down on the seafront of Penzance. As you can see, probably see over there, there's the beautiful St Michael's Mount over there. I'm in the Landy and we are off on a little jaunt to, the other day I was at a car boot sale, a local car boot sale, and there's a guy with a military Land Rover. And which I always have a chat with somebody like that, but anyway, I spotted in his Land Rover he had a metal sign that looked genuine, he said it was, from a place called RAF Sennen. Now I only live about 7 miles from Sennen, so I thought, oh, that's interesting. I didn't realise there was an RAF base there. However, I was aware there was a radar base, so anyway I got chatting to him, and yeah, sure enough, it turns out that the radar base was indeed RAF Sennen. So without further ado, I thought this weekend I'll jump in the Landy and we'll go over there and explore it. Alright, let's go. Well, lovely Sunday afternoon down here in Cornwall. Well, as the sign says, I'm at Barriers Bridge, a mile and a half from where I live. I think I've mentioned this Land Rover garage before on my vlogs. So yeah, we've got local Land Rover expert here. I've used him in the past when I had a breakdown. I lived in France, so I had to come here and get a quick repair, which cost me 500 quid. But there we go. Shit happens. As you can see, we're next to the busy, noisy A30. Yeah, we're on our way to RAF Sennen. It's got a double ensemble, I was going to say. No, it's got a double amount of interest, I suppose. It was also the site of another famous organisation apart from the RAF, and I'll let you know what that is when we get there. So I just stopped here briefly to show you this building here and this lovely church. This is St Buryan, and you may or may not have seen the film Straw Dogs, a very famous film. Was it Peckinpah the director? I can't remember. I think it was somebody like Peckinpah. It was a kind of a Cornish western. Well, this building here, right in front of us, was the pub in the where the boozers gathered and the troublemakers gathered. Yeah, and there's the Church of St Buryan. So I thought I'd just stop off quickly there and show you that, because it's quite an interesting little bit there. I'll have a wander around here on foot and see what we can see. Okay, so I've just parked the Landy up. Now we're in the area of RAF Sennen, and all this, in fact, around here, there's a few fields, there's a farm, Screwjack Farm. All this area was, in fact, RAF Sennen, which was, as I say, it was an RAF radar place. Started off, I think it was in World War II or just before. as an early warning system for keeping an eye on the Germans. Oop, flies. Trouble with summer, the flies come out. So we'll leave the landy there for a minute. I'll just go on foot round here and we'll see what we can see. Well, immediately in front of me there, let me spin you around, I can see that just there, the top of the dome there, that was the, I think that was the main bunker there. And yeah, extraordinarily, that was turned into, it is turned into a private home now, a very, very plush one. I mean, there are, someone on YouTube did a sort of a drone video where they flew a drone through that property there, and it's very posh. I mean, I think it's around value about £500,000. So yeah, out of my pocket, you can very clearly see that you can very clearly see that it was a bunker at one time, with those sort of concreted walls as you go in the front door. But I say, it is a very plush place, unbelievably so. Talk about making a silk purse out of a pig's ear. They certainly did it there. Anyway, this spin you around again. This field over by that farm, and you can see in the distance these farms. Oh, there's a better shot there. A better shot of the bunker up there. But yeah, they were all used by the RAF. Hello. Step aside, and I'll spin you around again. You can see this is now Telecom, British Telecom site. I believe there's a path up here. Let's have a wander down here, see what we can see. Unfortunately, if you can see that up there, you could just see the top of one of the modern yeah, you can just see the top of one of the modern you spin your around through there, in there. But perhaps I should have come during the winter when the foliage wasn't so thick. But yeah, you can see there's a big modern telecoms dish there now. In fact, this was quite a sneaky beaky place at one time. It was all due, it's linked with what's that place where they did the code? Milton Keynes. Oh God, I've got a brain fog. House where they did all the Enigma code and all that. This was all linked anyway. I'm not a very good historian, as you might tell. I'm more interested in just driving the old landy around. But yeah, let's see what else we can find. So, as I say, I'm not a very good historian, so I'll just Google it. Google is your friend, right? Anyway, Screwjack is a plot of land in West Cornwall, England, situated 1.5 miles east of Land's End on the B3315. It was the site of RAF Sennen and is now the site of a fibre optic link around the globe. Oh yeah, that's right. I think there's a fibre optic link from here to the USA and from here to the continent, the European continent. So it's a very important spot, as was this donkeys years ago when they had the old cable systems doing Morse code and all that. That was, Porthcurno was very influential in that. I know that part of it very well. Yeah, the other, let's just, when I say this was a former bunker, I think the name on the gate gives it away. There you go. And she's down there. The other interesting feature here was that it was the site of, could be described as notorious, you know, it was a bit of a, got a reputation of being a bit of a knocking shop. With surfers and young ladies and music and herbal tobacco, yeah. Bless them. Anyway, they took over once the RAF finished. I think this closed in 1970, this base, and when they finished, the farmers and that took over most of the buildings. There was a lot of missing huts around. There are still a few around, but they're on private property and that, and some people have managed to locate them and one thing or another, but you've got to really know what you're doing, and I don't want to go treading on anybody's toes, getting into trouble. So yeah, but yeah, this was Skujak Village, surf village, and it had a bit of a name for itself. And I'll see if I can find a couple of photos that I can share with you, stick them on the video. They might be popping up any second. Well, hello guys, I'm back again now. I'm doing another little outro because for some reason when I got back I've just uploaded the video and the sound didn't come out, so I'm hoping it comes out on this one. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little run out to RAF Sennen, and well, there wasn't a lot to see there because it's mostly private property now, but I hope you enjoyed the surf village story, famous Skujak village, surfing village, and yeah, thanks for watching.